How you guys doing? 813-727. This is No Loss, Just Lessons. I'm Mike Trigg, co-host.
Saba Baptiste.
Today, man, we have several things that we want to discuss and put out there in the universe. But first, I got to tell you, and I've always said this before, I am nothing without God and His Son Jesus. I lost my best friend, one of my good friends, Fennell. Mom passed a couple weeks ago, and we had a homegoing celebration for her on yesterday. And the pastor, man, he was on point. The singing it was just a great. It was truly a homegoing celebration. And my thoughts on that was it was packed out. The repast was packed out. Everybody came out to pay their final respects to Miss Sharon Fennell. And the reason why, because if Sharon knew you, she loved you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, if you die, it's just a protocol that you have a funeral. But when you live your life a certain way and you die, you have a homegoing celebration. And that's what we witnessed yesterday. So it makes you want to be the best version of yourself. And so seeing Miss Fennell, man, we go way back. I want to say probably 3 decades. I met at the YMCA, and I would be in there in the morning working out, then I come back in the evening, work out and play basketball. Well, she'd be doing 2 days as well. And I'm like, yeah, what you doing? So we just kind of, Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, so we just kind of gravitated to each other. Just to give you like a little backdrop on that. And then her son, Rob, he's the inner city historian of Tampa. If you play sports, anybody in the inner city, Rob Fennell got a picture of you in his phone, or he's just a historian from Tampa for inner city folks. So we had a great relationship, man, and spent a lot of time with the family over the past 2 weeks. And I talked to his auntie Stephanie, and I said, yeah, man, Miss Fennell was my girl. Everybody said that, and I thought we had a little special thing. That was my girl, you know what I'm saying? But I was saying so that's why I say if she knew you, she loved you. She retired worked for the Hillsborough County Tax Collector's Office right over here in West Shore. So I would go there. When I realized she was there, she called me up, and it'd be like 50 people in there. She'd get me in and out. How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. How you doing?
You're in meeting right now.
Yes, sir. Podcasting. Okay. So I would go all the time. I just get a piece of paper, tear it like it's a ticket, and walk up there, and she'd get me in and out. So I talked to my friend Sharon, who's from the village of Culver City. Yeah, she did that for me too. So here we go again, you know what I'm saying? So that's what she did for everybody. Right. So, but it's almost like if to have what she had yesterday, you gotta be that way.
Right.
You gotta be selfless. You gotta be giving of yourself.
Right.
And that's what she was, man. So it made me appreciate the things that she's done for me personally. She came here in my early years, not only her sister, her brother, and they would buy all this barbecue. Like Miss Fennell, I was open 3 days a week. She'd come in and buy, in the course of a week, 4 slabs and 4 chickens. And I knew that she wasn't eating all that barbecue, but she was just trying to keep my doors open. So it's people like her is why we're here today.
Right.
And it all stems from her relationship with Christ. You know what I'm saying? So, and then at the homegoing celebration, if you knew her, you knew her son. She loved him unconditionally. He was her world and she was his world. And it was just, I've been all over the Southeast traveling. I stayed in the Carolinas, Alabama, Georgia, and I've never seen a relationship quite like theirs. And they said how devoted he was to her. She was devoted to him first.
Right.
Because she had to teach him how to love.
Yes.
And because she did teach him a certain way, unconditionally, and the only person that ever loved me unconditionally really was my Lord and Savior. So when you have a mom that does that, or a father that do that, it's reciprocated in a very respectful manner. You know what I'm saying? Their relationship was awesome. So
I like to, that's a beautiful testimony there about the way she lived her life.
Right.
And over the last couple of weeks, I found myself in different situations. As a matter of fact, we had made a commitment kind of to to the little small network, we would ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? You know, and when it was hard to
Right.
be to be giving, to be selfless, and that came about. A friend of mine's rent houses out and up in the north, and it became very cold, and people haven't paid him for rent since August of 2024, and we're now in January. And so I said to him and his wife, I said, but think about it. Snow on the ground, ice on the ground, you can't just kick them out. You know, you're gonna have to think about the humanity of it all and ask yourself, what would Jesus do? And so after they went back through and they thought about it, they called me and they were just sharing, well, we decided we'll give them another couple of months to get out, you know. And that was because I brought the consciousness to them. Because, you know, sometimes we say we're for doing good, but sometimes in the heat of it, money gets in the way. And I said, but because if you let them stay there all that time with no rent, then what would 2 more months? Because people are not really moving. So, and they got 3 kids. One is a handicapped kid. So, you know, just ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
I like that, but so Saba, I can see it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a business, and that's the way that he feeds his family. They need that rent to keep make things keep going because he has a family, he has bills.
I agree.
But 9 times out of 10, this is from experience, so you might want to listen to this. If you're doing things like that, you ain't got to worry about what would Jesus do because he's already worked it out for you to be who you're supposed to be. You understand? So, and if you're doing things good and decent order, you know what I'm saying? You know these people ain't paid. It's not they don't want to pay. They don't have the money to pay. Maybe somebody's out of work. So you got to take account of all those actions. Well, when he had money, when he was working, he did this, he did this, he did that. You know what I'm saying? And then you make sure you make a good decision. Then you still got to go into your closet and pray about it.
Right.
You know, so, but when you give of yourself for the good of others, there's no better joy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was leaving last night here, I closed up, and I was going to feed the homeless. And I called Rob. You know, we had his mom homegoing celebration yesterday, and the repast was just a great time. And I had like 20 plates with me, so I said, man, I'm gonna go feed the homeless, and I'll go over there. I called him, and he said, yeah, man, hey, people over here, you gonna come by? I said, yeah. So I was right there on Kennedy. I turned, busted U-turn and turned around there. I had those plates, and then when I pulled up, a lot of people out there, so girl said, you blocking me in. I said, man, I'm gonna be here real short. So I said, okay. So then I was getting ready to go in the house, and she said, man, I'm hungry. Well, I was about to feed the homeless with these plates. I got some plates in the car if y'all want one. You know what I'm saying? It became another fellowship.
Yeah, another.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So now we got the food out, now we got the drinks out, and they got the music going. So it was a second repast if you would have it, you know what I'm saying? And that's just God. If you just live, he gonna guide you. If you can follow his lead, we're gonna be in a better situation. Now, I want to talk about the devoted. Like, so people, everybody, I think I'm in agreement with this right here. Everybody will say this. Like, they'll say, oh man, I want my son to love me like Rob loved his mom. Your kids want you to love them like Sharon loved Rob. Right. So you can't have one without the other. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And being a parent, you have to raise them a certain way. You have to love unconditionally. And when you do that, man, it works out like Rob and Sharon Fennell. I want that for my kids. It's not too late, you know what I'm saying? The foundation's already been set. And me and we in a great situation right now. Great spot. So but it's some people need to understand, you won't have that if you can't love the right way. If you can't get a foundation of Christ to your kids. You know, you can't love them through their wrong times, through their hard times, and not be so critical to tongue. Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be Christ-like at times like that. And if you do, they love your heart. Your kids will die for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 51 with ab muscle. Let me throw that in there. But
Ab muscle?
ab muscle. Yeah, I got a six pack. You know what I'm saying? So stay in shape because that's your temple. You got to take care of that. But that's just another conversation. People my age, I want to say 46 or older, we didn't disrespect our parents or grandparents. It was unheard of.
Right.
It was just it's just something that we did not do. So, and these kids today, if you don't want to be disrespected, you need to be raising them like Sharon Fennell raised Rob Fennell. That's because today the kids are so younger, the parents are so young, they talk reckless to their children. They accept things from their children. Their children don't know Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing you gotta do. You gotta introduce them to Christ. You know?
Right.
So.
No, I agree with that. I know a couple of things have come to me, like they say, would your kid drink in front of you? Would you drink in front of your kids? The answer is no.
So, picking back up that right there. My daughter's in town, and they say, Dad, what we doing? I said, what y'all doing tonight? We're going to have some drink. I said, yeah, cash out me, I'll pay for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to drink with my daughter. Now, if we eating dinner and I want a cocktail with my dinner, that's something different.
That's different, yeah.
But just to go out to have drinks with my kids,
yeah, that's not
what I'm doing, ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got boys, and my sons, we celebrate the dinner, we go to dinner. Mm-hmm. They say, Dad, we should go over here. I said, here you go, give them a couple $100. Mm-hmm. Everybody have a good time. Mm-hmm. Dad, no, bro, I would never. That's not what I got. I got my own friends. Right. I'm your dad. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, I understand my responsibility to God. Mm-hmm. See, it ain't got nothing to do with my children. Mm-hmm. It's a responsibility I have with Him. Accountability. Yes, to Him. Mm-hmm. And so when you live for Him, He trumps everything.
Yeah. So that's a wonderful example. So being naive, I would say, oh, they don't drink, and then somebody say they drink, they just don't drink around you.
Right.
So
that's respect, though.
That's respect, right. So you have to kind of be able to support it in a positive way. Like, okay, if they doing this, then I need to tell them this, and this, and give them some insight of what things could be like if you make a mistake with this situation. So being a parent is very hard. Very hard. I'm a new generation. I was just sharing. I kept my grandbaby for the first time today, last night rather. Right. And all of those memories came back. What it was like being a full-time parent. Right. Taking care of every need and want they have. It's not easy. No. It's not easy. So I need to be a support for my daughter as well, because it's not easy. Right. So if I want her to have if I want the child to have a good experience, want the mother to have a good experience, but with motherhood, I have to support that. So
Saba, and they have more resources than y'all ever had. I'm talking y'all mothers today, but they're not nowhere near as strong as y'all were. I know. So we talked on the phone about this briefly a minute ago. Yeah. So you're gonna have to if you want your grandbaby to have those great morals and values. You're gonna have to instill them with Naya as well. Right. And you got to partake in that. I have to remind her that this is how you was brought up. Because one of the things she said to me she said, Mom, I want to bring my daughter up just like you brought us up. And I said to her, okay, that means that you're going to have to remember how I brought you up and what I had to do, what I had to sacrifice to get you where I needed to get you. Right. So it's not just saying the words, it takes a lot of work behind that. I tell people all the time, faith without works is dead. Yes. So it's just like, and that's everything really comes back to the homegoing celebration yesterday, because it was work on that relationship for it to be great. Right. It don't just happen. I tell people all the time, man, there's certain things I want to do. When I watched television as a kid, Cosby Show, Different World. I knew I was going to college. But I didn't just want to go to college. I want to graduate with an honors degree. I want to become an All-American. I want to play at the best fraternity. And I've done all three of those. Right. But it was hard work. It was work. You gotta work. So people always say, for the parents that might see this video, and I know y'all know Robert Fennell, he's from Tampa, and you know Sharon, because they was always together. You know what I'm saying? Look at their relationship. If you want to model that, it's going to take some work to do it.
Yeah, it takes some work.
You know what I'm saying? I got another friend, Pelham Golden, and his mama Walene. They tight like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, you know, you got to understand what it entails. What kind of legacy that you want to leave? How you want your son to see you? How you want your daughter to see you? You know, and
now it's real important because influence is a lot of competition.
Right.
A lot of competition.
So we didn't have and I'm giving the kids the benefit of the doubt in this era, the social media era, because we didn't have that. It's just so different.
Yeah,
I can't even fathom what it would have been like for us. We had that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. So by us not
game changer.
Yes. So we had probably the three-way calls, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Call waiting and stuff like that. Now you got social media, you got camera phones. Man, could you imagine the things that I already got myself into?
Yeah.
So you got a bit of love through all that.
Through all of that.
You know what I'm saying? But if you have a relationship that's built with a solid foundation, Christ being the foundation,
Yes.
everything else is doable,
Yes.
obtainable,
Yes.
you know? So you need to listen to this too, because you know you get a little boy, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready, you know what I'm saying?
This world is it's so changing so fast now too. You know,
Right.
we got all kind of things that's going on with the government, with our community. I heard just the other day that there's a proposal. I don't know if you guys heard it, that the scientists made a proposal. Anybody that owned $100,000 or less on their house, he proposed, he submitted it to legislation that they wouldn't have to pay property taxes. Because what they found, that people that was near to pay off their house and something go wrong, or they pay off their house and they lose the house off of property taxes.
Right.
And they have a history of that. And so I thought that was an eye-opener if that could be a practice, you know, to
I think
help people, because then you own it, right? Then you actually own it.
Well, so when you pay it off, it's yours, no property tax at that point.
Right, it's no property taxes.
I can't see that being passed because everything is rooted by money.
But guess what? It may be, right?
Only people that don't pay property taxes who?
The people that, if you owe $100,000 or more.
No, I'm saying currently, only people that don't pay property tax are retired military.
Probably, yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
And you're talking about the money that's coming to the city,
yeah.
the municipality.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I just don't, I would love for that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, I too, it's a loss of a lot of money.
Right.
But it also would help people to keep their properties after they pay off, because the houses are so expensive. The houses are so, if you got a
$400,000 home,
and you paying it down, and then you get below 100,000 and you lose it off of property taxes. But property taxes are going up. People buying the lien and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think that.
Down here, DeSantis said that paying property taxes is like paying rent to the government, and that people should be owning the property and not paying rent to the government. So
that's what it was all about.
Right.
It says it could appear on the ballot by 2026.
Yeah, but I would hope so. You know what I'm saying? But if he'd be on the ballot, his wife be pushing it then, because he's trying to endorse her as a new governor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Well, no matter who put it up there, it could be a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what's really amazing about that? It's not many houses you can get that's under 100,000 though.
No, you
I don't think
can't.
there's a limit.
Huh? He didn't mention a limit? Okay. Well, we'll see.
No property tax.
Okay.
Well, that'd be good. That'd be something that would be a great way to go out if he can get that accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
That would be a win-win for Floridians.
Right.
Definitely would be. And that would probably spread throughout the state somewhere. But then also, the government gonna create somewhere else to get some money.
Definitely.
They got to. They have to cover that loophole somewhere.
Right.
So we don't know what they're gonna do.
So you're saying that with anything that you own, you have to pay no property tax on?
Yeah, but it would require a constitutional amendment.
Yeah.
It would have to go to the Constitution.
That's why they're submitting it as a legislation. But But what might happen in that area, what might happen, personal property taxes, that would be terrible. Personal property tax.
I think less taxes are better.
Yes,
I mean,
I
that's
do
what happened
too.
with the Boston Tea Party.
Right.
Yeah,
Taxes cost problems.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The government needs some stuff. but
Because right now, we don't know
Right.
where that money, how that money being spent. We
Right.
don't have a clue.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they don't give us accountability of that at all. But that also speaks into, that's one of the things they have on the list to change. But we're also having some chain stores closing. Amazon is downsizing too.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Amazon is downsizing.
Yes.
All the
Certain
buildings?
areas, yes, certain
Wow.
areas. And you got Party City Party.
Yeah, they've been closing.
They're changing, and
Yeah.
Big Lots
Yeah.
and Macy's.
Yeah, Macy's. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are jobs. Those are real jobs people are losing. You
Right.
know?
Right. Macy's just closed down over here in West Shore Mall.
I know, I hate that.
But
That was
whole
my
mall.
favorite.
That whole mall is.
I know,
Gonna be,
but I knew everybody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna be apartment complexes. or
Right,
something like that, so.
International Mall, right? It's
Yeah.
going to be international. That's the nearest Macy's now.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only one. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy to have West Shore International
Right,
2 miles from each other.
right. It's
You know?
true, it's true. And it stayed open for a very long time,
Right.
too. So I guess, but those are jobs. You know, people losing jobs.
So what do you think? What do you think the cause of that is?
Shifting in consumer behavior, online is dominating. Online, people are shopping more and more online. I think if you can have a warehouse to store your stuff versus a big building,
Right.
you know, you downsize it, it's
More profitable.
more profitable.
Right.
So, but no one have solved, and then you got AI coming into that space too.
Right.
But people haven't solved how see, they talk about, oh, you heard about Tesla? Did you hear about
Talking
Tesla?
about they losing money.
Yeah, what about Tesla is like,
Elon Musk.
yeah, but I never thought Tesla, is it a good car or is it not? I mean, because
No, I think that came straight from his political mishap.
Okay.
If he never got into politics,
Right.
he never joined the cabinet with Trump.
Right.
I think his company would still be up here, but because people are so dissatisfied with that, he's losing stock like
okay,
crazy.
because they're losing.
Right.
They're
So
losing.
he's down a great number. It's crazy.
And is it a good car? That's my question.
No, it is a good car.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
good car.
But let me ask you this then. Okay, it's a good car,
Right.
but the value on the car is mostly the battery.
So again,
It's the battery. It's
Yeah.
the value of the car. It's the battery.
well, the battery, of course, makes it go because it's an electric car. But my only thing about electric cars, period, not just Teslas. In Chicago, when the weather got really bad, the charging stations they stopped working.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So people were stuck.
That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's terrible.
you got to consider all those type things when buying a car like that. You got to look at the weather for
Was
real.
it Buttigieg? Buttigieg was the guy responsible for putting charging stations throughout America. And they said he only put out 2 in his whole time he was there for 4 years.
Oh wow.
So, and they don't know where the money went to.
Wow.
So, that had a lot to do with the shares going down because you can't get the cars
They
charged.
charge. I mean, we got more charging stations around here in Tampa.
I know we do.
I mean, but I know because Mike wanted a Tesla when he was at Ole Miss, but they really wanted a lot of charging spots in Mississippi like that.
Okay.
So I guess that might have deterred him from getting one. You know, so
But some people, I know a friend of mine, they changed their whole house to have the garage. They put a charging station in there.
right. No, if you get one, it automatically comes. They just come in your house and they put it in there.
Okay,
So you don't have to charge it. You have a charging port at your house.
Okay.
Everybody have electric cars. So
Okay.
But the thing about it was when we had the hurricanes that actually came inland and hit Tampa, houses burnt down because of on Harbor Island.
Wow.
probably like 5 houses because they had Teslas.
Oh.
And the house burnt down to the ground. One guy was a doctor, him and his wife was a doctor. $10 million home with no insurance.
Wow.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm just an old guy. I don't really like all those new gadgets because they're gonna wear out, you gotta get them replaced. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like the push start, but I have one, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know you got
You don't want a push car.
the push start. The push start.
Push up.
You know what I'm saying?
Why you don't like that?
I'm just an old school guy. I like put the key in the ditch
Yeah,
and
it's true.
turn it.
That's
And then
what
roll with
you
it. You know what
feel
I'm
safe
saying? Yeah.
with the key.
And then you know
That's what you feel
with the truck, you know you got the boards that open up. When you open the door, the side boards come out. That's gonna wear out.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. You gotta replace that before the life of the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I step fine without it. Let me get in my car. Don't even put that on my car because it's gonna be an expense. I'm gonna have to pay 5 years, 6 years down the
Right.
road. You know, everybody think, oh, that's great. Oh, listen, well, no, I don't want none of that stuff, man, because I know it's gonna cost me in the end. You know, so
That's true because even with the cars with the key, the battery go out and you can't get in your car.
so listen. My dad had the 500 SL Mercedes. He had his key in his pocket with some change. The key wouldn't work. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Everything good?
Good to see you.
Same here, brother. So the key was $1,500.
Wow.
Yeah, so I knew right then I knew have a Mercedes. I was like, shit.
$1,500
Yeah.
for a key.
Yeah. I said,
Because they say it has a special chip in it.
yeah, yeah. So it's crazy.
Wow. So I was just surprised with Tesla, because Tesla was supposed to be, I guess, the pioneer into EVs.
Yeah, yeah. And they were, and they are. And I think that, you don't hear any concern or bad reviews on Tesla, the car
Right.
itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The electrical, as far as saying the house burned down, that don't have nothing to do with the car. That's just the water got it, you know what I'm saying? But the cars are great cars. Clean, it's quiet as hell. You'll never know it's on.
Right.
You can't hear it.
Right. I tested
You know?
one at the University Mall. You
Yeah.
can't even tell. You don't even know
Yeah.
if it's on or
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah, so, but everything Saba is peaks and valleys. So like with Elon Musk, yeah, it was all peaks. Now he's having a valley moment.
Right.
So it tells a lot about you as a person when you have to go through that valley moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna respond to it?
Exactly.
You know. So and when you have that kind of money, you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You're human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
You know,
true.
so
That's true.
I pray him through it. You know what I'm saying?
And plus, when you think about he's in a position that it's precarious because nobody put him there. It's not an elected position,
Right.
I mean, someone put him there, which
Right.
is the president, but it didn't come with votes or anything of that nature.
Stipulations, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah. So he,
Accountability.
right, it's no accountability.
Right,
He can
right.
do whatever and depends on if the president want to support him or not. That
Right.
would be the president. Yeah, so I was surprised because they also told how the stock market crashed too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. So like, I'm pretty sure he at some point you have to do a self-evaluation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it worth it?
You can say, well, before I came into this with Trump, I was up here.
Yeah.
Now that I came, shit, I'm headed this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't take a blind man to see.
Right.
I gotta say, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's my hand. It's a handshake. Hey, man.
Right.
It's been real.
It's been real. I gotta go.
I'm going back to my corner.
I gotta go.
You know?
Right.
So that's what it is. So I mean,
Those are the things that's happening while everything else is happening, right? In the grocery stores, foods are increasing, and that leads into how we're going to respond to inflation, and that's what we're really talking about. Even maybe we're talking about recession. We got to be able to be self-sustainable. How we going to are we going to plant foods at home? The things that we buy. I mean, when you get one tomato for $3,
right.
When you get a bell pepper, like $2.50.
I'm telling you, Saba, I'm gonna step ahead of you. My good friend Dexter Jackson, Super Bowl MVP for the Bucks when they won the Super Bowl with before Brady. was on that Super Bowl team. He was MVP, played defensive back in Florida State. And he has a position with the housing authority right now. He has a guardian over there on River Terrace property. And man, so I told him, bro, I need you to teach me everything.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, he's from Quincy, Florida, country boy. Love that smoke off the grill, you know what I'm saying? And he loved to plant and grow things and get that good produce. So we have to do that, man, because right now, you know, I can't even afford to go to Waffle House because I can't afford the eggs. You know, you go to Waffle House, get an egg sandwich, they charge you 50 cents extra per egg.
Wow.
That's too high. I can't even afford to go to Waffle House.
Chickens, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to, instead of giving me a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich, I just get the sausage cheese sandwich.
You're so sick.
I can't afford the eggs. You know, so they saying might need to get a chicken farm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. You know?
No, it's going that direction. You know, I mean, I plant like I have a little garden, and for me, I'm not a gardener. I'm learning.
Right.
I'm learning. So I put all my things out there, and every time something comes up, I'm like, wait, that's cool. That's way cool. That's a good feeling, you know. So the day that I can eat from that garden, that'll be a success story, you know, or share it with somebody, you know. I might, what if I just bring some green peppers over here or something to cook with, you know, eventually. So I've been working like the last 2 months on building the garden.
Yeah, Miss Highsmith, that's Shane's, my second son, that's his grandmother. She got a great garden. I mean, if she wanted to, she can probably sell some of the produce. It's that big. They eat off it all the time, and it's good. It's nothing like having that fresh produce.
Yeah, nothing like having fresh.
So we have, you know, you can go anywhere in Florida and get citrus, oranges, grapefruits,
right?
You know, even mangoes, stuff like that. But the stuff that really we need to sustain us, the tomatoes, the carrots, onions, like that. So.
And that's what I plant. I plant those kind of things because that's what I like to cook with.
Right.
And so for me, the harvest, I think it'll be like 3 or 4 months down the road. Hello.
How you doing, young lady?
3 or 4 months down the road, you know, I'll see how it turned out. I saw a cucumber coming up, but it wasn't a big one. So I'm looking at pros and cons. My first garden, you know, first one. So. I'll be ready next year for sure.
But so that's something that I probably need to go down to the recreation center and get with Fred. And let's put a garden somewhere down there, make a spot for it, where the kids can partake in it and understand. I don't know if they got the space down there because everything is pretty much utilized. But maybe we could probably get like we don't need much.
No, you don't need much.
You know, we probably get like if we get 20 by 20. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because mine is not that much bigger. You just dedicate your rows to what you want to plant, you know, and just plant. I had like 10 packets of seeds, and I just plant them, and they all popped up. They have like a little planter. You put them in there, and once they pop up, you take it and put them in the ground. Right. You know, so it doesn't take much, but it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. To know that you can plant something and it grows. Oh yeah. Yeah, and we need that. Our kids need to know where food comes from, right? Right.
So my grandparents from Alabama. So my grandma always said, you know, my grandfather started Big John, and when, you know, they had money after that, you know what I'm saying. But she said, baby, I've been poor before, you know what I'm saying. So you know, I know how to survive off the land, you know what I'm saying? And y'all need to understand that. So my grandfather bought all kind of acreage in Alabama. We all have land over there, but I don't think any of my cousins have gone back over there to really build or plant anything on it, you know? So.
And you know, that's if you look at how we're turning, if you can bring food into the mix, like agriculture, that's where the value of the land is. Now, it used to pay you not to plant because they had some other crazy things going on. But now, since we're doing all that tariff and we're doing all of those things for people, definitely. You know, so I think if anybody has some land, they having a garden in place, they'll get. Yeah. That should sustain them financially and with sustenance, food. And everything.
Definitely.
Yes, and so that's a good segue into. You know, are we eating healthy? Right. You know.
Yeah, it is, because everything that's produced that we grow, it's going to be the best of the best.
Right.
No pesticides, no steroids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
No chemicals, no nothing, you know. And that's one of the things that we're seeing now that I guess they say, but we're not the fattest country. There's a couple more countries ahead of us.
Oh, young lady.
But
Well, it's 1 in 4 people are obese in America.
Right.
in one in
25%.
Yup.
25%.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
And I know Asia is way ahead of us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying with that, you know?
Matter of fact, Japan has the when they talk about superpowers and
Right.
countries, they have the highest life expectancy. I
Right.
think it's like 87 years, between 84 and 87 years, and America is 77, maybe less than that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Expectancy.
Yeah, in America.
yeah.
For Americans, in this
right?
area.
For Americans, because they were talking about our medical. The thing that we've been sold on, we've been told that all of these health gadgets, but what determines good health is universal health and preventive medicine.
Right.
Those are the things.
85 years in Japan and 80 in the United States.
80?
80.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I know my doctor, my primary care physician told me that if I got on a diet with grains, vegetables, I can live to be 100. I said,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to do that, bro. Straight. You've been honest.
Well, you know, our body's not really made to eat meat.
Right.
Yeah, but we do love meat.
Yeah,
we
well,
love
definitely.
meat.
But it's just like anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my grandson Khalid, he loves vegetables. He loves water.
Me too.
He loves water because his dad don't give him juice and soda
That's
all the
right.
time. So now when he gets older, like, wow, that tastes
It's
good.
his choice.
But my thing is, I love fresh apple juice.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna give it that way. You gotta put a little water in it because, man, when I juice, the sweet it's so much sweeter,
Sweeter.
than the other juice that you got from the stores. You know what I'm saying? Because
Apple juice was my son's favorite.
Yeah, apple juice.
I used to dilute it with a little water.
Oh yeah, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, our health is important now, and it's saying it speaks to our readiness. You know, can we sustain the outcomes? We eat a lot of meat, but meat is not the factor of our obesity. Lack of movement.
oh, definitely.
Lack of
You
movement.
gotta burn off more than you're putting in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And most people have jobs where it's sedentary. You know, you're sitting in front of the computer, so
yeah,
you gotta
so-
have something extra on the side.
Right. So even to the point where, over the last 5 years since COVID, it's gotten worse. And the reason why it's gotten worse because not everybody working from home. Even the mere fact that getting up, putting on your clothes, those steps, getting to your car, getting out your car,
Exercising.
going to your job. Those little things were so beneficial to everybody that worked. You know what I'm saying? That didn't work at home. So now you working at home. What you do? Brush your teeth, wash your face. You might put on a
Might
shirt.
put on a shirt.
You might put on a shirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put on your headset. You know, so
Go to work.
yeah, you gotta love your temple.
Right.
And you gotta take care of it. It gotta
Right.
mean something to you.
Right.
Now, and if it do, it'll show.
Right.
Like
It's true.
like anything
It's
else.
true.
If you love something, it'll show.
It's true. It's true. You'll take care of it. Yes,
And it's-
you'll take care of it.
You know, that's
And that's
the bottom line.
that needs to be a T-shirt.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It will show.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, this lady was going down the list in her family, and she had about 8 family members had died from obesity, heart failure.
Right.
In her family, not a friend, it's her family, and she was already obese. And
Right.
so I was wondering what information she got from that. Is she gonna change her lifestyle?
It's hard, Saba. I mean, I'm being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked out for 40 years since I was 11.
And like,
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but
remember when you used to wear those Superman outfits?
Yeah. exactly. But see, Saba, I've always worked out. For 40 years, I've worked out and still, but, so for somebody that have not, or even you see a lot of ex-athletes, when they start playing professional ball or something, they blow up.
Oh yeah, when they stop.
Right,
Yeah,
because now they worked out for the sport.
Right.
So see, me personally, my physical appearance means more to me than playing a sport.
Right.
I want to look a certain way.
I agree. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree.
and if you don't, you got to care about both. Yeah, this is a great benefit, can make me a better ball player by working out, but my physical appearance.
That shouldn't have been the reason why you stayed in shape.
Yeah.
You should have stayed in shape because of your temple.
Yeah. Yes. So my brother, his story right here, fell and said, Mike, have you always just naturally liked to lift weights and work out? And I said, he thought I was going to say, well, health-wise, you know what I'm saying? My health is everything. I said, well, tell him, I just like looking good. I ain't say nothing about my health. My physical appearance motivates me to go to the gym.
Yeah, go to the gym.
He thought I was going to say, but Dad, you ain't say nothing about your health. I said, well, me going to the gym, my health be taken care of. But it wasn't, I didn't think that far. I was like, nah, I just know I like looking a certain way, and doing this regimen keeps me this way.
Right.
You know?
And we got to teach our kids that. We got to teach our kids that. Because, you know, they're like into the game, sitting down on the phone. Yeah. And they still eating fast foods, you know?
So that's another thing. So I was like, so my kids all work out there. I thank the Lord I had all athletes. But the fast food, it's like, I tell people all the time, I think we might have discussed this on the podcast before, that, you know, chicken wings are so mainstream right now. Fried chicken wings. When I was a kid, we had fried chicken only on Sunday. Only on Sunday. There was no chicken wing spots when I was a kid. Only on Sunday. Chicken wings came out. First business, chicken wing business, my partner, James Reddick, had a chicken wings business at Fort Valley State. That's the first time I was really introduced to chicken wings, because back then, you know, we fried chicken, you know, but that's about it, you know what I'm saying? But only on Sundays. We had like we had lima beans, rice, you know, maybe meatloaf, stuff like that. We had my grandma, we had a regiment, you know what I'm saying? But on Sunday, that was the main, we get some fried chicken today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now kids eat fried chicken wings every day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? So
every day.
And that's why the obesity rate is what it is.
And the buns are full of sugar.
Oh yeah.
The buns, yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And the portions.
Yeah. So we guilty of that here at Coland. We didn't scale back on our portion, because we give you, with one dinner, a chicken dinner, you can feed 3 people for real.
Wow.
You feed probably 3 kids. Seriously. Because the portions are so big, but we don't take the spoon here. But that's what it is.
Right, but I mean, if you're just doing it for a treat every once in a while, but if you make that your main thing, then it's going to get out of control.
I disagree with that, because I remember Shane was 4 years old, and I was in Georgia, I was at school at Fort Valley State, and he was, I talked to his mom, and I heard him in the background, he was real frustrated, crying. What's wrong with him? He's trying to eat, the Big Mac keep falling apart. The Big Mac. He was 4. I was mad as hell. No, she said, well, I just trying to give him a reward. No, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
You know?
I agree with that.
I was like, nah, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when my kids, they were like, they hid from me that they were drinking soda. I never bought sodas.
Right.
Never brought any fast foods in the house.
Right.
And one day I saw my daughter, and she was already finished college. I saw her with a McDonald's bag, and I was like, a McDonald's bag? I never gave her McDonald's. And she said, Mama, you know, we get to choose now. We get to choose.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh man, because I was always a cooker. I would always cook food and make fresh juice and dilute it with water. You know?
But see, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can understand every now and then, you know, like at the age that they are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you make your own decision. You know what I'm saying? But after eating what my mom prepared for me, and eating that McDonald's, it's not gonna fit well with your digestive tract. So you're not gonna want it no way.
Right.
And then it's not the same McDonald's that we grew up on anyway.
Right.
I mean, everything. Burger King was great when I was a kid. They ain't go there anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So that's it.
So So I think we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Yeah.
We can wind it down.
Yeah.
And we talked about a number of things today to
Yeah.
try to give a broad perspective of what we need to do or what we can go forth with and things that we can actually pick up and grow it. Like we talked about gardens. We talked about our what would Jesus do? Our devotion, our commitment to ourselves and our community, and our brothers and sisters in the community.
Right.
So we're trying to move this project forward. That everybody will find something that they want to pick up and take and do good.
And I just want to piggyback on the devoted part for parents. If you want your kids to love and respect you a certain type of way,
Long time no
you
see.
loving them the way you want them to love you, and vice versa. But it starts with the parents because you are the parent, and that love will truly be reciprocated if you can do that. I really believe that. I've seen it. You know, I've seen it. You can't have one without the other. But it starts with the parent doing the initiating of that love unconditionally. You know, even when your kid might do something that's so boneheaded and it's upset you, you need to pray first and then say, look, you can't make that kind of decision because just the repercussion of that. If you said it a tone like that, they will hear you and understand you and love you more versus saying, motherfucker, why you did this? God damn, I should never had, you know what I'm saying? Shit like, you can't say that and expect this kid to want to die for you. You understand? So.
What you just said, you gotta want to die for him or her first.
Right.
And you gotta treat your kids like they're part of you. You gotta love you and you gotta love them. So just to make sure that we treat everybody at a value level, a
Yes,
high
ma'am.
value
Yes,
level,
ma'am.
and a reciprocal. If we want love, we gotta give love.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you.
Only yo, that's it.